everyone, welcome to this month's Real Simple episode where I, Janessa Turbis, simplify all things real estate. So this month we are diving into the exclusive right to list contract to buy or sell. So this is two different contracts, one for the buyer, one for the seller. This is the contract between you and I. So let's go ahead and jump on in. The exclusive right to buy contract is 7 pages long. So this is the contract between me and the buyer. This is going to cover things such as the brokerage relationship. So this is the relationship I have with you. So I could either be an agent with you or a transaction broker. Agency means that I fully represent you. Transaction broker means that I could be representing both sides of the situation. The duties are a little bit different. Typically, I just do agency relationship. So for the most part, I'm going to be your agent. This contract is going to state the type of property that you are going to be looking for. So we'll discuss that at our first meeting. I'll kind of make some notes. Those notes will be in the contract. So it just clearly states exactly what we're looking for you, whether it's a single family home, a condo, a townhome, land, kind of the general idea of what you're looking for. The exclusive right to sell listing contract is going to be for my sellers, so between me and the sellers. This contract is 11 pages long and super important when it comes to listing a home for sale. A lot of this information from this contract is going to go into the MLS and will translate to the contract to buy and sell real estate, which we will go over next time. So specifically in the exclusive right to sell listing contract, we are going to have the price and the terms of the sale listed. So this is where we establish and put it in writing how much we are going to list your house for. We are going to talk about how much commission you will be paying from your proceeds and where that commission goes to, who gets what percentage. There is a section that talks about whether or not the broker is allowed to basically share information about offers. So if I'm representing you as the agent, we have multiple offers on the table, what I can or cannot share with the buyers and with other agents calling me about offers and that kind of thing. And I'll kind of talk you through that and what my opinion is on that information. But essentially, remember, I'm working for you, so you kind of make the decisions as we go through this contract, and I will fill in the contract what you ultimately decide. The listing contract has information on whether or not your listing can be posted on the MLS or multiple listing service. This is where agents see your listing. This is a membership-based service, right? But it also asks if you would like for your listing to be shared on the internet. So basically there are information exchange sites like Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com. So you have an option to opt out of your property being posted on those sites. There is a section where we will determine how people will access your property and who can access it. So typically I recommend that just licensed real estate agents and licensed appraisers can access your property through my electronic lockbox that is very secure, doesn't give out codes to just anybody. It's not one code that everybody gets, that kind of thing. It's constantly changing and agents have to access it through an app. So we'll put all of that in the contract as well. In this contract, we will put what is included in the sale and what is excluded in the sale. You also have the choice of whether or not to complete the seller's property disclosure. This is a disclosure that we will send to the buyer once we are under contract that basically states everything that you know is wrong with the house. Again, this is due to actual knowledge, things that you actually know. It's a 3-4 page document that you, the seller, have to fill out. I can't fill it out, about information on not only what's wrong with the property, but then also like utilities, again with the water, that sort of thing. This is not a requirement of you. It's highly encouraged, but it is not a requirement. And the listing contract is where you will decide whether you will or will not complete that disclosure for your buyer. The listing contract will also determine what happens to the earnest money. So we go under contract, buyers submit earnest money, buyers are in default of the contract, and that money is left to you essentially, or us. So basically it could be either all of that money goes to you, all the money goes to the brokerage, or it's split 50-50. So that decision is made in the contract as well. Now these two contracts are very similar, being brokerage duties. So things that as a broker, whether agent or transaction broker, that I have to do for you essentially. Things like disclosing facts. Even if you're a buyer and I know that there's something wrong with the listing we're looking at or whatever, I have to make sure to disclose that to you. Another thing is they both have the A non-discrimination clause. Basically all the things that you can imagine to protect both of us, but a lot of it is geared towards protecting you as the client. Talks about mediation, what happens if either one of us default, canceling the contract, all that kind of stuff. So again, these contracts are between you and I and are very important to the start of a brokerage relationship and the transaction that we will be working through as you buy or sell a home. One other similarity that I want to touch on real quick between both contracts is the holdover period. This is one that I hope a lot of brokers are informing their clients of, but that may be kind of confusing or whatever as you move forward in your real estate journey. So if for some reason the contract either expires or is terminated, then there is a holdover period. If, say you're a buyer and I bring you to a home. You like the home, whatever, something happens between us, the contract terminates. You end up purchasing that home. Essentially, if you purchase it within that 90-day period, the commission is essentially owed to me because I brought you that home. The same thing works on the seller side. If I bring you a buyer, we terminate the contract, but then you still go through with a deal with that buyer, I essentially am able to collect on that commission for that property. I could talk forever on these contracts. Again, they are loaded and I am happy to go through the contract with you if you are looking to start that journey. But for now, those are kind of the key points and key information that is in both the exclusive right to buy and sell listing contracts. Next month, we will be talking about the contract to buy and sell real estate. This essentially is the offer contract that is sent when people are submitting an offer. So we will kind of go through that contract next month on Real Simple. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later.